Just as we see the Sean Tracy pipe band down there getting ready to parade around Semple Stadium. On the drawn game there last Sunday, a crowd of around 9,500 paid into Semple Stadium for the 1988 county final between Loughmore and Borris-Ileigh. A dull day and a greasy ball didn't do anything to encourage good hurling. In the end, I think both teams were happy enough with a draw. In the first half, it was very dull, but for a point from Tom Mcgrath out about 60 yards out from a line ball, and a goal from Seamus Bowen in the dying seconds of the first half. Aidan Ryan got a valuable point for Borris-Ileigh then, just to bring back a small bit of encouragement. They went in at half-time, 1 goal and 3 points to 3 points. Borris-Ileigh came out in the second half then, and a couple of good scores. Great score there from Seamus Devaney in the first minute. And you had 3 more scores without reply from Loughmore. Then Pat Mcgrath got a point from a free in the 12th minute, and in the 14th minute he got another point from a free. The 23rd minute, Noel the Wire, before Michael Mcgrath had put Loughmore, or after Michael Mcgrath had put Loughmore ahead, Borris-Ileigh got a point then from Noel the Wire and a point from Conor Stapleton that went in off the upright in the 24th minute. So the final score then, the drawn game, 9 points for Borris-Ileigh, 1-6 for Loughmore. There you have the Sean Tracy pipe band playing. We're actually starting a half an hour late because of the death of Jim Maher's uncle, Joe Maher. Crowd are coming in, maybe slow yet, but they're coming in, and eventually we'll have a good crowd here. Just while we're waiting, I was talking to Paddy Dyle during the week, and I got his reaction to the match being played on Saturday.
Well, John, my own personal feelings about it is one of disappointment. I know, definitely I know the county board were caught for time, and there was a lot of problems between both Loughmore and Borris-Ileigh. But settling on 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon for a county final replay was to me one of disappointment. I would have much preferred had it been played at any time on a Sunday once, but not on a Saturday afternoon.
That was the reaction of Paddy Dyle, manager of Borris-Ileigh. We just have Loughmore out on the field there. Have the Loughmore team in goals. Frankie Mcgrath, right corner back Pat Cormac. And there we have the Borris-Ileigh team out there, just coming out, led by Bobby Ryan. Noel the Wire playing at centre forward today, number 15 on his back. John Mcgrath, who had to leave go his appointment up in Dublin as best man today. There's Noel the Wire. As we go back over to the Loughmore team, we'll give them to you. In goals, Frankie Mcgrath, right corner back Pat Cormac, full back Peter Brennan, and left corner back Eamon Brennan. Right half back Pat Mcgrath, centre back Jim Maher, and left half back Eamon Sweeney. Centre field Ned Ryan and Tom Mcgrath. Right half forward Liam McCormick, centre forward John McCormick, and left half forward Pat Tracy. Right corner forward Michael Mcgrath, full forward John Tracy, and left corner forward Seamus Bowen. I see there could be even a sub in there. I see Tom Larkin going over there. Tom with the grey hair going in there to get his photo taken. He must be in place of someone. I'll let you know in a moment. I see Seamus Bohan there. I think I don't see any sign of John Tracy there, full forward. I think that's right. One change there on the Loughmore team as we go back over to the Borris-Ileigh team. In goals for Borris-Ileigh is Nolly Maher, right corner back Brian Kenny, full back Timmy Stapleton, and left corner back Michael Ryan. Centre field right half back Bobby Ryan. Centre back Jerry Stapleton, left half back Richard Stapleton. Centre field, a change from the last day here, Pat Flowery Ryan is centre field with Timmy Ryan. Right half forward Conor Stapleton. Centre forward Noel the Wire. instead of Philip Kenny the last day, who started there, and left half forward is John Mcgrath, who was centre field the last day. Right corner forward, Seamus Devaney. Full forward, Aidan Ryan, and left corner forward is Philip Kenny. There we have Nolly Maher. Nolly is works with in Borris-Ileigh with Tipperary Spring Water. He's in the offices there. Nolly, fine goalie, a great servant of Borris-Ileigh. In the last county final, he played wing back for Borris-Ileigh, and he's back here today in goals. Fine goalie, it must be said. There you have Timmy Ryan there, out there, and Conor Stapleton. Timmy Ryan, of course, is, we all know, he's only 37 years of age. There's Conor Stapleton. Young Conor, he's age 20, he's a student. He has won county senior medals for Borris-Ileigh, and he won an All-Ireland club medal. Pat Ryan out there. We'll go back over and get some of the Loughmore lads. There's the throw up between Eamon Sweeney and Bobby Ryan. There's Eamon Sweeney. Just get a look at some of the Loughmore players for just a moment. I see the Cock is out there in the middle of the field, yes. They have brought him back here again today. I noticed there was a greyhound running around here the last day. It is a wonder they haven't him here again today. I heard some sort of a rumour around the country that they had a few greyhounds cut loose. There was some of them saying it was me own, but I didn't smell any chips around here that day. So right, we go back over to Borris-Ileigh. Just getting in there for their group photo. There you have the teams marching around. Borris-Ileigh and Loughmore. I have here with me Tom Mcgrath, I couldn't find Jackie, the manager of the Loughmore team, Jackie Welch, during the week, but I did meet centre field man on number 9, Tom Mcgrath, and he gave me his impression of what he thought of the match being played on Saturday at 2 o'clock.
John, whenever you have a drawn match, it always presents problems for the people that have to fix it. In this case, you're coming into the winter months, you have the National League starting, both hurling and football, and I suppose a peculiar situation. You have a good few lads to be married, and women to be married as well. But when I heard the match was on Saturday, I wasn't surprised, because I figured it to be on this weekend anyway, and that would be either Saturday afternoon or Sunday, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that, because of the All-Ireland football final. But I'm not surprised it's on Saturday.
There you have it. They're not too surprised, I think, anyone. Just that I don't think it has affected the crowd all that much. Good crowd over there in the newsstand as the teams march around. We'll let you listen to the music for a while. Breaking away. We're just about set for the county final here between Borris-Ileigh and Loughmore. And just looking around to see, is there any positional changes on either teams? Dull. The rain is holding off at the moment. I hope it holds off for another while. Pitch looking in very good condition. We hadn't had rain now for a couple of hours. There was good wind all day yesterday and all last night. I know we had a couple of showers last night, but I don't think it has affected the ground that much. As the players are out there in the centre of the field. Now you have Timmy Ryan and Flowery Ryan talking. Tom Mcgrath and Ed Ryan walking around, just trying to keep their own nerves cool. As we have the band coming over here for the playing of our national anthem. I'll let you over now to the band. And there you have the McCarthy pipe band out there. And we're in readiness here now for what should be a very exciting and open match. I think both camps have put emphasis today more so on open hurling as the ball is thrown in and the game is on. Tom Mcgrath has the ball. He sends it in to where Jerry Stapleton comes out. Jerry, who's marking Pat Tracy, who has been moved out there, out centre forward. Eamon Brennan gets it over to Tom Mcgrath. He lets it go first time to this side of the field. Bobby Ryan comes out with Michael Mcgrath on him. Michael Mcgrath has it about 40 yards out. He sends it high and sends it over the bar, and there's the first score of the game. Point there from number 13, Michael Mcgrath. Nolly Maher with the puck out. Ball down to Conor Stakelum. He sends it over to Seamus Devaney, followed by Eamon Brennan. The ball goes in along the ground, locked there by Peter Brennan. Out to Tom Mcgrath. This is lively stuff. Better hurling. Ball comes out here to number 10, Liam Cormack. He sends it into the corner, into Tom Larkin. Tom, about 35 yards out, gets it low across the goals. John Cormack and Jerry Stapleton. Jerry gets it along the ground, goes out over the line, and it's the line ball for Loughmore. Very lively start there for Loughmore. Tom Mcgrath with this line ball as Jackie Welsh rushes down there past him. Tom, who's usually very good from these line balls, goes back a couple of paces, sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Pulled on there by Timmy Stapleton, but it goes out over the line. Timmy missed it, went out over the line, and it's gone wide. Just about 1 minute gone in the first half. Nolly Maher with the puck out, this side of the field. Jim Maher gets it out along to this side, chased by John Mcgrath. The ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Noel Dwyer, as we say, with number 15 on his back, has come out to centre forward to mark Jim Maher. John Mcgrath's right half forward, and Flowery Ryan centre field. Bobby Ryan pucks this one. Good cut in towards Conor Stakelum. Brought out there by Peter Brennan. Ball goes over to Seamus Devaney. Lets it go along the ground. Eamon Sweeney has it. The ball is with Conor Stakelum. Eamon Sweeney gets it out to Jim Maher. Jim chased by Timmy Ryan. Gets the ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh half back line. Blocked down there by Jerry Stapleton. To Richard Stakelum on the ground. Blocked down there by Ned Ryan. Ned gets it again over towards the far corner. Out chases Brian Kenny and Tom Larkin. The ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Just about 2 minutes gone. 1 point there for Loughmore as Brian Kenny takes this puck up to Timmy Ryan. Timmy all on his own. Gets it first time into Aidan Ryan. Aidan about 40 yards out. The ball comes to Eamon Brennan. Eamon gets it over along to where the unmarked Seamus Bowen. He gets it in along the ground into Pat Tracy. Cherished by Jerry Stapleton. Ball comes out to Flowery Ryan. Ned Ryan is there. Hit on here to John Mcgrath. John lets it go first time into Aidan Ryan. Seamus Devaney is there, but Peter Brennan comes out with it. Blocked there by Seamus Devaney, a high tackle. Very awkward tackle indeed. The referee going back there to have a word with Seamus Devaney and to tell him of not to be at that stuff anymore. Pat Mcgrath with this free. About 35 yards out. Ball comes over where Jerry Stapleton comes out to it. Jerry is a chop there by Ned Ryan. And there's a free to Borris-Ileigh to be taken by Jerry Stapleton. Back on his own 40, 50-yard line. Jerry sweeping ball over towards Conor Stakeham, and Seamus Devaney gets inside his man. Seamus 21 yards out, cuts back. Sends it low in. Hit out there by Eamon Sweeney. The ball comes to Tom Mcgrath. With Aidan Ryan there. John Mcgrath. The ball comes out to Pat Mcgrath. Pat on his own half of the field. Sends the ball over to the far side. Out comes Brian Kenny and Tom Larkin. Tom Larkin has it about 40 yards out. John Cormick has it. Sends a high ball in towards the Borris goals, but it goes to the left and wide. John Cormick in there in full forward. Tom Larkin left corner forward. Pat Tracy is centre forward, and Seamus Bohan left half forward. Timmy Ryan pulls on it. Timmy again in the centre of the field. Sends it into where Seamus Devaney and Eamon Brennan goes. The ball is at Aidan Ryan. 35 yards out. He sends it high and the ball goes to the right and wide. He had a great chance there to pass the ball into John Mcgrath. I choose to go for his point. Send the ball to the right and wide. Bit uncertainty there by Peter Brennan. Ball's pucked out by Frankie Mcgrath. Pat Tracy gets the ball. Jerry is inclined to be hanging a bit back as Richard Stapleton fouls Pat Tracy, and there's a free in. Free in where Pat Mcgrath is coming up for this one. Pat Mcgrath, probably one of the most stylish hurlers on the Loughmore team. About 50 yards out from the Borris-Ileigh goals, out on the far side of the field. He bends it. It goes to the left, it goes to the right there and goes wide. That was not a particularly good shot from Pat. Usually, as I said the last day, fairly accurate from these positions, but of course there's a lot of tension and a lot of nerves out there. Only matter with the puck out, a high one. It drops short to the halfway line. Sent in there by Michael Mcgrath in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Out comes John McCormick. Goalie Maher has it. It's a goal, yes! It's a goal there for Loughmore. Borris-Ileigh there didn't know where they were. It's John McCormick. Our number 10, Lee McCormick, followed in the ball and sent the ball into the Borris-Ileigh net. But the Borris-Ileigh backline very unsure. Borris-Ileigh now trailed by 1 goal and 1 point to no score. Seems to be a bit of aggro out here in the centre of the field. Are the Bottlemen in there? The ball is pucked out to the centre of the field. Loughmore playing with the wind in the first half. Timmy Ryan gets the ball out in the centre of the field. Lets it in towards Aidan Ryan. Aidan about 40 yards out. He's looking for a man. Blocked by Peter Brennan. The ball goes out over the line. It's the line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Loughmore have had a great start. They got a good start the last day, but weren't getting the scores. Now they have got a goal and a pint after about 7 minutes of the first half. Ball hit in there by Timmy Ryan into Philip Kenny. Ball goes to the right and wide. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out, this side of the field. Ned Ryan and Flowery Ryan goes for it. The ball is hit on there by number 13, Michael Mcgrath. Ned Ryan is going through. He's about 35 yards out. Chased by Bobby Ryan. Out comes Timmy Stapleton. Bobby Ryan goes for the ball. He breaks out there. It seemed to be a high tackle, but there's a bit of aggro there back in the goals as Conor Stapleton. The ball goes out to Seamus Bohan, about 50 yards out. Hooked there by Conor Stapleton, and there's a line ball into Loughmore. Bit of aggro there between a couple of the backs and a couple of the forwards as we follow up the play. Great tension here. Players trying to sort themselves out. Borris-Ileigh not having, after having a great start, as Richard Stapleton takes this line ball, a high one up towards the corner. Eamon Brennan and Seamus Devaney go for the ball, but the ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Loughmore. Eamon Sweeney with his line ball. He sends a long ball down the far side between Brian Kenny and Tom Larkin. Brian Kenny pulls on the ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Loughmore. I see Tom Mcgrath going over there to take this one. Will he drop it short or will he try for his point? He's getting under the rugby style there. I think it gives the player a good advantage as he gets a great cut in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Seem to be dropping short there. Bobby Ryan has the ball, he brings it out. It's there by Michael Mcgrath. The ball comes to Tom Larkin, 21 yards out. He sends the ball high, but it goes to the right and wide. Tom, the first chance he had of a score. Nearly 10 minutes gone in the first half. Nolly keeping him very high. Ball plucked on by Timmy Ryan. The ball to Noel the Wire, and Jim Maher gets the ball out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Ball over there on the far side. Richard Stapleton. He gets a good cut in. Out comes John Mcgrath for it. John about 40 yards out. Eamon Sweeney gets it. Gets it over here to Tom Mcgrath. The ball comes to Timmy Ryan. Ball blocked down there by Pat Mcgrath. Chased by Aidan Ryan. Pat gets it over to this side of the field. Out comes Timmy Stapleton for it. Timmy lets it go first time up to Aidan Ryan. The ball is going very near the sideline. Ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Loughmore. Timmy Stapleton being brought out there a long way by John Cormack. Hadn't to be brought out as far the last day. Of course, these are all new tactics today. Last week's game is only a memory now as Pat Mcgrath takes this line ball. Ball comes to John Cormack. John about 40 yards out. He seemed to be out over the line. Yes, he was. As the linesman puts up his flag there, it's a line ball. A lot of tension here in this match today. Timmy Stapleton hitting back the ball there to the umpire or to the linesman. As Bobby Ryan takes this. Bobby, captain of Borris-Ileigh, gets a good cut in between Pat Mcgrath and Aidan Ryan. Noel the Wire has the ball about 60 yards out. He lets it go up along this side. Out comes Philip Kenny. Conor Stapleton gets it there first time. Blocked by Eamon Sweeney. Chased by Conor Stapleton. John Mcgrath gets the ball in towards the corner where Pat Mcgrath goes back for it. Two cousins. Pat gets it first time up into the centre of the field. Timmy Ryan goes for it. Blocked there by Timmy. He seemed to be fouled, but Brian Kenny's there. Timmy Ryan gets it first time. Timmy having a great game. Philip Kenny. Flowery Ryan. Ned Ryan. Noel the Wire has it about 50 yards out. Noel is chopped there and there's a free in. Chopped there by Ned Ryan and there's a free in to Borris-Ileigh. This is Borris-Ileigh's third chance at a score. As Noel steadies himself. Noel hadn't a particularly good day the last day, but The people of Borris-Ileigh are hoping that he'll open his account this time, and he sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals. Out comes the ball isn't seemed to be very near the Loughmore goals. It was just saved there on the nick of time by Eamon Brennan. It went through the goalie Frankie Mcgrath, a real dipping ball there. Philip Kenny pulled on it. Ball went in past Frankie Mcgrath, and he brought it out. Eamon Brennan brought it out and put it out over the end line for a 65. This to be taken by Noel the Wire. You must remember that Borris-Ileigh are playing against the wind in the first half. Loughmore need all the scores they can get. Noel takes this one, hits it in towards the Loughmore goals. Pulled on there by John Mcgrath. The ball is hit out by Peter Brennan. Out to Aidan Ryan. Aidan about 21 yards out. Sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals. It's lobbing in the square. Pulled on by Seamus Devaney. It's gone to the left and wide. And you hear the awes from the crowd as that one went to the left and just barely grazed the upright. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out to this side of the field, a long one. Down to the Borris-Ileigh half-back line. Well covered back there by Timmy Ryan. He's half-blocked. Bobby Ryan gets the ball. And he's still going through. He sends it up to where Philip Kenny is about 40 yards out. Philip, 30 yards out. He's about 20 yards out. He's fouled there and there's a free in. Or it is, there's a free out, I think. I think the referee was indicating that caught the ball too many times. It's Pat Mcgrath with this free from his own half-back line. He sends it high, back in towards the Borris-Ileigh half. Out comes Jerry Stapleton and Pat Tracy. Timmy Stapleton brings it out. Seamus Bohan is there. Timmy Ryan, who's having a great game at centre field. John Cormick has it about 60 yards out. He sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals, but it goes to the left and wide. John Cormack there. John had a good start in there on Timmy Stapleton. Things hotting up a little inside there as we follow the play. Noel Maher pucks it out. This is a lower one. Ball comes to Conor Stakelum. Conor lets it go first time. Seamus Devaney beats Eamon Brennan. Seamus is about 21 yards out. He's cutting into the centre. He sends it high and the ball goes over the bar, and there's the first score of the game for Borris-Ileigh. Point from Seamus Devaney after 14 minutes. Ball pucked out into the centre of the field, blocked by Timmy Ryan. Again, Timmy Ryan going. Aidan Ryan and Pat Mcgrath. The ball is into Eamon Brennan. Eamon gets it over to this side of the field. There was a foul there on... The referee indicated there was a foul off the ball. And there's a free from where the ball landed. This to be taken by Tom Mcgrath. Tom just on the Borris-Ileigh side of the halfway line. Sends it high into towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It's going to the left, or going to the right, sorry, and going wide. One goal and 1 point for Loughmore, 1 point for Borris-Ileigh. A lively first 20 minutes there or so, 17 minutes. Ball pucked out by Noel Maher. Bobby Ryan on his own 65. Timmy Ryan with this one, over to this side of the field. Pat Mcgrath has it. Aidan Ryan is there with him. Pat gets it up to this side of the field. Michael Ryan is there. The two cousins, no, they're not. Jerry Stapleton has the ball. Lee McCormick, Michael Ryan. John McCormick. Michael Ryan brings out the ball. Gets along the ground to Timmy Ryan. Timmy first time over to the far side of the field. Seamus Devaney is there. Eamon Sweeney lets it go first time along the ground. Richard Stakelum has it. Richard on his own, on the 65-yard line, sends a low one into Philip Kenny. Philip 22 yards out. Pat Cormack there with him. Ball comes out to Pat Mcgrath. Lets it go out to Jim Maher. Jim over to this side of the field. Ball misdirected there out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Good first time hurling this. Both sets of players giving their all. Bobby Ryan takes this line ball. Steadies himself. It's a go along the ground. Pat Ryan has it. All the wire and Jim Maher. The ball is there. Michael McCormick. Michael gets it in, or Michael Mcgrath gets it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Very unsure there. Great catch there by Brian Kenny. Brian seemed to be a half foul. The ball's with John Cormack. Richard Stapleton gets it out to Ned Ryan. Ned chased there by Conor Stapleton. The ball comes out here to Michael Mcgrath, about 50 yards out, sends it high in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Ball is on the ground there, Timmy Stapleton there. Ball comes out here to Tom Larkin, chased by Michael Ryan. The ball's cut out, Flowery Ryan out here on the Borris-Ileigh half. Timmy Ryan has it there. Conor Stapleton gets it first time into Aidan Ryan. They're making up for the bad game of the last day. The ball into Philip Kenny. Eamon Brennan gets it over to this side. Pat McGrath chased by Aidan Ryan. Great pulling there as the ball is on the ground. Eamon Brennan brings it out, chased by Conor Stapleton. Exciting stuff as the ball goes in to Seamus Devaney. Referee would do with throwing in this one. Very exciting stuff here in Semple Stadium. As the referee points to where the players are to go, and all the wire and Jim Maher. Ball comes to Pat McGrath. Ned Ryan has it. Ned catches it on his own. On his own half-back line. Sends the ball over to where Brian Kenny and Tom Larkin goes for it. Jerry Stapleton has it. Jerry seemed to be clipped there as he was being passed. Ball comes to this side of the field. Pat Ryan. Big improvement since the last day. Gets it to Timmy Ryan. Timmy first time into the centre. John McGrath and Pat McGrath. Two cousins. The ball comes to Eamon Brennan. Conor Stapleton lets it into John McGrath. Cross cuts Peter Brennan. John McGrath still has the ball. Ball comes out here to Aidan Ryan. Aidan about 40 yards out. Sends it high. Ball goes to the right and wide. I think the wind there seems to be holding the ball and pulling it to the right. Maybe if they kept it a small bit lower as Frankie McGrath takes the puck out. Down the centre it goes. Ned Ryan, but Jerry Stapleton gets it along the ground. Conor Stapleton has it. Conor on the halfway line, sends it in towards where Peter Brennan brings it out. Out to Noel the wire. Noel, about 50 yards out, is fouled there by Jim Maher, and there's a free into Borris-Ileigh. Borris-Ileigh are playing, I think, on this low, fast ground hurling, as Noel the wire takes this free about 50 yards out from the Loughmore goals. Blocked by Seamus Devaney there. The ball is cut into the centre. Pat McGrath gets it out. Aidan Ryan has the ball there. Aidan about 30 yards out. Ball goes into John McGrath. Seamus Devaney is there. Pat McGrath brings it out. Jim Maher comes out with it. Jim left-handed sends it down to the far side of the field where Brian Kenny comes out for it. Brian having a great game at cornerback. Sends it back up again. Up goes Conor Stapleton. Blocked down by Eamon Sweeney. The ball comes to Noel the wire. Out under the new stand. The ball is hit in there into John McGrath. John about 21 yards out. He's blocked there by Eamon Brennan. Ball is hooked out here, out to Jim Maher. Ball comes out to this side of the field for Michael McGrath, chased by Bobby Ryan. Michael McGrath gets it in towards Tom Larkin. Tom about 40 yards out. He's now 50 yards out. He sends it over to Pat Tracy. Pat about 40 yards out, sends it without looking at the post. He knew that there was a couple of Borris-Ileigh lads. Loughmore doing an awful lot of changing in there. Tom Larkin has gone in full forward. John Cormack has gone left corner forward. And Liam Cormack is right corner forward. The ball comes out to this side of the field. Out to Seamus Bowen, chased by Richard Stapleton. Seamus misses it. Seemed to handle it twice there as Ryan gets it. Bobby Ryan has it. Chased by Michael McGrath. Bobby gets it up the centre. Blocked there by Ned half. Ball is hit in there by Eamon Sweeney. With Tom Larkin. Ball with Michael Ryan on his own line. Ball comes out to Tom Larkin. Tom chased by Timmy Ryan. The ball out to John McCormack. John 21 yards out, but he sends the ball to the left or to the right and wide. The wind probably spoiling this game a small bit. The ball isn't moving as fast on both sides as we'd like, as Loughgmore takes the puck out. Sent it over to this side of the field, blocked by Flowery Ryan. The ball between Bobby Ryan and Michael McCormack, or Michael Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath with it up. It goes out of Aidan Ryan's. Yes, it goes out of Aidan Ryan's hurling. It's a line ball to Loughmore. It's to be taken by Pat Mcgrath. Ball comes to Michael Mcgrath. Bobby Ryan has the ball in his own half of the field. Up between Noel the wire. Great catch there by Noel the wire. Noel on his own 65. Got this one well under Jim Maher there. Just start of the 65. Noel with this free, sends it in. But it goes to the right and wide. Borris-Ileigh, after missing a good few chances there in the first half, with the score 1 goal and 1 point for Loughmore, 1 point for Borris-Ileigh. About 23 minutes gone. Ball is locked down there. Michael Mcgrath gets it, but ball comes to Richard Stapleton, chased by Seamus Bohan. Ball over to the far side. Conor Stapleton gets it along the ground. Seamus Devaney there trips himself. Eamon Sweeney goes back. Left-handed, he gets it into the centre of the field. Noel the wire has it. Noel playing well at centre forward. Ball goes over to Richard Stapleton. Richard checks and sends the ball over to this corner, where John Mcgrath and Pat Mcgrath go for it. Pat Mcgrath gets the better of this. He seemed to have lost the ball. Ball goes to Flowery Ryan. Flowery about 40 yards out. He sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals, but if the ball is holding up, Frankie Mcgrath comes out with it, chased by Aidan Ryan. Seamus Devaney is there. Fouled by Aidan Ryan, and there's a free out to Loughmore. This to be taken by the goalie, Frankie Mcgrath. Lobs on the Borris half-back line. He's in there by Ned Ryan. The ball goes to Brian Kenny. But Ned Ryan has it again about 40 yards out, sends it high and sends it over the bar. Point there from Ned Ryan. Noel Maher with the puck out. Drops on the centre of the field. Michael Mcgrath has it. Sends it a high one up and towards the air. Blocked by Timmy Ryan. Borris-Ileigh not chasing the ball. Someone out there as Michael Mcgrath heads in the ball in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Timmy Stapleton and Tom Larkin. Timmy gets it out. Michael Ryan and John Cormack. Or Liam Cormack. Michael Ryan hits the ball out over the line. It's the line ball to Loughmore. About 26 minutes gone as Pat Mcgrath takes this one. High in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. It's dropping to the right there and gone wide. You can see the force of the wind there. Pat Mcgrath was about 40, 50 yards out at least. The referee blows for Noel Maher to puck out the ball. Getting more length into him this time as Jim Maher gets the ball. Chased there by Conor Stapleton. Jim still has it. Jim over under the newsstand, sends the ball in. Or Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. He lets it go along the ground. The ball comes to Ned Ryan. Blocked again by Jerry. Richard Stapleton. Ball comes to Conor Stapleton. Runs through. Jim Maher there and all the wire. Jim gets the better. The ball comes in here to Brian Kenny. Brian hits the ball over to this side of the field. Out comes John Mcgrath for it. Chased by Pat Mcgrath. Bobby Ryan has it there. Pat Mcgrath is there. Bobby gets it up. Ball comes into Jerry Stapleton. Jerry over to the far side of the field, where Seamus Devaney has it. Ball is in towards Aidan Ryan. Aidan 14 yards out. He's gone through. He seemed to be fouled there. Ball is hit out over to this side of the field. I think the referee could have nearly given advantage there as Philip Kenny has the ball. About 21 yards out. He has given him the consolation now of the fact that he should have given him a penalty a couple of minutes ago, but that's all in the past as Noel the Wire comes over to take this free. Noel about 24 yards out from the Loughmore goals. Will this be Borris-Ileigh's second? Point of the game. Noel sends it high and sends it over the bar, and that's Borris-Ileigh's second score. 1 goal and 2 points for Borris-Ileigh, 2 points for Loughmore. They're all looking at the whistles around here, I would say. Just about a minute or so left in the game. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out, down the centre. Blocked there by Timmy Ryan. John Mcgrath is there, Timmy Ryan is there again. Timmy along the ground to Noel the Wire. Ball comes to John Mcgrath. John Mcgrath is beaten. Bobby Ryan is hushed off the ball by Lynn Cormack. Michael Ryan has it. Michael is blocked there by Ned Ryan. And there's a a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Bobby Ryan, a good cut in. Pat Mcgrath is there. Ball with Noel the Wire. The ball goes into Aidan Ryan. Ball comes to Conor Stapleton. Conor about 30 yards out. Doesn't seem to be coming out. He has it up now. Passes the ball into the centre. Noel the Wire is there. Ball goes in here into Seamus Devaney. Cut out there by Peter Brennan. Oh, Loughmore are living dangerously there in the last couple of minutes. That's 2 goals Borris-Ileigh could have got. As Noel the Wire comes out to take what could be the last puck of the first half. See there, John Cormack is marking Pat Ryan out in the centre of the field. Michael Mcgrath has gone in corner forward. Liam McCormick has gone on Bobby Ryan. Noel the Wire takes this 65, sends it high and sends it over the bar, and that's a great score there from Noel the Wire. I think that's the tonic they needed here just before half-time. Score 3 points there for Borris-Ileigh, 1 goal and 2 points for Loughmore as the referee blows for half-time. At half, that seemed to be dominated by first-time hurling, ground hurling, very fast, effective hurling. We had a goal and 3 points there a goal and 2 points there for Loughmore. A goal from one of the Cormacks there. I think it was Liam Cormack, or John Cormack. Had a point there from Michael Mcgrath and a point then from Ned Ryan. There you have all the Loughmore supporters there chanting their players on. They all seem to be very determined there. Both sets of supporters seem to be very determined, and so are the players, that this game shouldn't go down in history as another flop. And indeed it hasn't. We had a great open first half. Lots of flying hurling. Lots of tension, it must be said, and probably a small bit of bitterness, but they have got that out of their systems now. We'll probably even have a better second half. Loughmore, of course, playing with a wind. Only 1 goal and 2 points to 3 points ahead at half-time. Maybe they would have needed a couple of more scores. 5 points to 3, not a great advantage with that win. 2 points between the teams. As we hand you over to the McCarthy pipe band there for just a few moments. At half-time, Danny, former selector on the tip and tip under 21 team and senior team. I hear you're going to come back out of retirement. They're looking for you at the moment.
Have you heard that? You have?
Oh, I'm telling you,
yeah.
We hear it all on this channel.
News travels fast. Yeah, there's a strong possibility we'll be back, yes.
Are they going to change the format of picking the selectors?
I think they've gone to a different format. I think the divisional chairman and the county chairman, I think, have been empowered to choose selectors at minor and under 21 level.
Okay, we'll get back to the match on hand. Very exciting first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, I must say I've enjoyed it. I think it's a more positive first half, certainly, than it was last Sunday. Yeah. And I think exciting. First time ground hurling, I like it.
A lot of goal-mouth incidents as well, hadn't we?
We had. I think Loughmore certainly pulled a quick one, I think, on Borris early on in that they drew the Borris full back line out, and we got the long ball in beyond them and an early goal for Loughmore. And I thought it looked ominous for the Borris-Ileigh full back line, but they learned fast. Now at the other end we had, I think, what were maybe better chances for Borris, in that Frankie Mcgrath and Peter Brandon messed one up between them, and Frankie just got back to clear outside the post. And Aidan might have, I think he should have probably scored.
We had a bit of a controversy here about that just before we came on, and I had thought myself that maybe the referee should have given a penalty when they converged on him.
Well, I consider myself that, firstly, that I thought the goalie should have come and challenged for the high ball. And he would have had the advantage coming in that he could see it from behind. But having done that, I think, having failed to do that, I think Aidan had the ball himself. He had space. And I think he should have done his job quickly. And when he didn't, he was covered. And I think he lost the chance.
Are the Loughmore backline under pressure from all this ground hurling that Borris-Ileigh are playing?
Well, I must say that Conor Stapleton struck some brilliant ground balls there in the first half. Timmy Ryan is striking brilliantly there in midfield. I think the move of Noel Dwyer to centre forward is important too. He certainly is much more in the game today than he was the last day.
Well, for Loughmore, then again, it must be said that Pat Mcgrath is having a fine game as right half back.
Well, Pat Mcgrath is Pat Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath is one of the finest strikers and one of the finest hurlers in the county, and he's showing all his class again today at right half back. I think there's a wonderful clash between Bobby and Michael Mcgrath at right half and left half forward there. Left half back, I should say.
Would you think are Loughmore inclined to switch their forwards too much?
Well, I thought they had the right formation starting, and I was a bit disappointed that they moved them, because I think they haven't improved their team by doing so.
Well, on what you have seen on the first half, how do you expect the second half to go?
Well, if I were Loughmore man, I think I'd be pleased with my first quarter of an hour, 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. I wouldn't be pleased at all with my last 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. I think the advantage has now switched to Borris. Borris came back very strongly in the last quarter of an hour in the first half. They're playing now with quite a strong wind, and now we see it's beginning to rain. So they have wind and rain, I think, with them. And I think the advantage is with Borris.
If they keep the balls low?
If they keep the ball low, certainly, yeah.
Of course, we had the same thing against Galway. Tip went well against Galway in the first half, and they were playing with the wind in the second half. And I mean, the whole thing changed around, didn't it?
That's true, but I think conditions are totally different today. I think you have winter conditions today, you know, and I think Borris-Ileigh will be certainly glad of the wind and the rain behind our backs now.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks very much, Sean.
Sean Tracy pipe band over there with the mist coming in over the Castleiney end. We have down here under us a lot of Loughmore supporters. They seem to be happy at the moment with their team 2 points ahead. And now we go over to the music. Loughmore team back out on the field. Wonder will they have any changes there for the second half. Frankie Mcgrath coming back in again. I see my old friend down there, Danny Egan. Hope he's getting on all right in his course beyond Nina. The Borris-Ileigh team out. Bobby Ryan, Michael Ryan. Bit of an uncharacteristic boo from the crowd. Noel Dwyer is there. John Mcgrath, Conor Stapleton, Philip Kenny, Timmy Stapleton. Had a worrying first few minutes. See Seamus Devaney is there, Aidan Ryan. I wouldn't think there'd be any changes on either team for the start of this second half. You have Timmy Ryan out there in the centre of the field, Ned Ryan. Now a cousin of my own, of course. Referee waiting to throw in the ball, checking his timepiece there. And we expect a lively second half as the ball is thrown in. Pat Ryan hits it over to the far side to John Mcgrath. John Mcgrath gets it in low. The ball hit into where Peter Brennan comes out. The ball hit out to Eamon Brennan. Chased by Conor Stapleton. Eamon gets it first time. Ned Ryan has the ball. Over to the far side. Lee McCormick. The ball comes to Michael Mcgrath. He sends it high, but it goes to the right and wide. The first chance for a score for Michael McCormick, number 13, and he's back there. He sends it to the right and wide. And playing with a win like that, they'll need all the scores or all the chances like that they can get. Holy Maher with the puck out. Lands well over the halfway line. Blocked down by Tom McCormick. The ball goes to John Mcgrath. He sends it low into Conor Stapleton. Conor, the ball is out there. Pat McCormick. Pulled on there by Ned Ryan. Jim Maher gets it over to the far side. The ball goes very near the sideline. It's gone out over the line. It's a line ball. Bobby Ryan over there, former All-Star, comes up to take this one. Sends a high one in towards the Loughmore goals. Eamon Sweeney and Conor Stapleton. The ball breaks to Aidan Ryan. Conor Stapleton has it. He kicks it in front. He's out by Peter Brennan. Out to Michael Mcgrath. Michael keeps it in play. Ball with Bobby Ryan there, back in his own half. He seemed to be half fouled there by Pat Tracy. Ball is on the ground. It comes to Michael Mcgrath. He sends it in low. Richard Stapleton. Richard uncertain there. The ball comes to Seamus Bohan. Chased by Richard Stapleton. Seamus. Ball is there about 35 yards out. He's fouled by Richard Stapleton and does a free into Loughmore. Jerry protesting at something that was happening earlier. And to no avail as Tom Mcgrath takes this 30 yards shot from 30 yards out, sends it high and sends it over the bar, and there's the first score for Loughmore after about 2 minutes of the first half, second half. Ball is pucked out to this side of the field. Noel Dwyer has it, about 50 yards out. Sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals. Philip Kenny and Pat Cormack. The ball goes into Frankie Mcgrath. He sends it out to the far side of the field. And there's some trouble in there. I can't see what's going on. There's a bit of an argument in there as the referee calls over a couple of players. We have Pat Cormack and Philip Kenny getting their names taken. Referee there having a good word with him. What's he going to do? As we follow up the referee up here to the halfway line. He's calling for the ball. He's probably throw it in. Team Pat Ryan and Tom Mcgrath. Hit on there by Pat Ryan, or Tom Mcgrath. John Mcgrath has the ball. On the centre of the field. Ball comes to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry over to this side of the field. Out comes Seamus Devaney. Seamus about 30 yards out. Sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals. Out comes Frankie Mcgrath. Philip Kenny is there. Philip chases out Frankie Mcgrath. Frankie gets a low one out to John Mcgrath. John, he's causing there. He's fouled and there's a free out about 23 or 4 metres out from the Loughmore goals. Noel Dwyer goes over to take it. Will this be his third point from a free? Borris-Ileigh's 4 point in all, 1-3 to 3 points at the moment. Noel sends it low in towards the Loughmore goal. Seamus Devaney pulls and it goes high and goes over the bar. A low one in there, blocked out by Peter Brennan. Seamus Devaney came across and first time let it over the bar. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out. 1-3 to 4 points. Locked there by John Mcgrath. Pat Ryan gets it along the ground. Philip Kenny and Pat Cormack. Pat Cormack gets it out. Hooked there by Philip Kenny. Tom McGrath is there. Ball, Philip Kenny pulls there on Jim Maher, and there's a free to Loughmore. The conditions getting very rough as Pat McGrath gets this one. Blocked by Jerry Stapleton, followed by Pat Tracy. Jerry is in the centre of the field. Jerry is still going on. Conor Stakelum has it. He lets it on the ground. Jimmy Ryan is there. Ned Ryan is there. Eamon Sweeney, captain of Loughmore, gets it up along this side of the field. Bobby Ryan, Richard Stakelum goes back for it. Very unsure there, Richard. That's Tom McGrath. Tom Larkin hits the ball out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. It's to be taken by Richard Stakelum. Richard sends a high one in towards the centre. Tom McGrath has it. He sends it back in towards Borris-Ileigh. Half back line. Brian Kenny goes up for it. Great catch by Brian. Goes into the centre. Lets it go along the ground. Timmy Ryan is there. Ball comes to Pat Ryan out in his own half back line. Pat with Ned Ryan there. Ned again lets it go along the ground. The ball blocked by Jerry Stapleton. Out comes Jerry. Michael McGrath chases him. Ball comes to Tom Larkin. Jerry Stapleton is over there. A lot of messing with this. Liam Cormack goes back for it. Jerry Stapleton is there. Liam gets it again. Across the Borris-Ileigh goes. Out comes Brian Kenny. Brian controls it well. Brings it out in front of him. Michael McGrath is there. This is real hard hurling as Bobby Ryan seemed to be held there by Tom Larkin, and there's a free to Borris-Ileigh. It's to be taken by Richard Stakelum. A quick one back in towards the Loughmore half. It goes to the far side of the field. Out comes Peter Brennan, chased by Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan has it. He's 30 yards out. Sends the ball into Philip Kenny at the 21-yard line. He's gone through, he's fouled this, and there's a penalty. Or is it just a 21? Just outside the penalty area, and all the wire with this. With this free, 1-3 to 4 points. As Noel the Wire comes up to take this one, sends it high and sends it over the bar. Another score there from Noel the Wire. Frankie McGrath with the puck out. Timmy Ryan blocks it down. It goes to Tom McGrath. Tom McGrath, 50 yards out. Ball blocked in there. Michael Ryan blocks it out. Ball comes to Richard Stakelum, chased by Seamus Bohan. Richard breaks over. Blocked by Tom McGrath. Bobby Ryan is there. The ball is kicked out. John McGrath and Pat Flowery Ryan is there. Jim Maher lets it go first time up along the far side. Liam Cormack and Bobby Ryan. The ball breaks back to Michael Ryan. Ball is there for Tom McGrath. Ball hit in. Seamus Bohan misses it. Ball out here where Bobby Ryan goes for it. Bobby chased by Tom McGrath. Jerry Stapleton breaks up the attack and comes out and drives the clearance down towards the Loughmore goals. Peter Brennan. Philip Kenny. Aidan Ryan is there. Tom Cormack is there. The ball comes over to this side. Seamus Devaney has it. Seamus on the 21-yard line sends the ball as John McGrath was moving in there, and Conor Stakelum sent the ball in low. Let it in first time. He was in hard look there. Loughmore seemed to be bringing in a sub. 1-3 for Loughmore, 5 points for Borris-Ileigh. I think it's number 17. Martin Maher is coming in to the Loughmore team instead of Tom Larkin. He's going in full forward. This ball comes out to the centre of the field. Pat Tracy has it. Pat lets it go along the ground. Timmy Ryan. Ball breaks back to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry cleaning up a lot of play there. The ball comes to this side of the field. Jim Maher puts his hand up for it. Chased by Conor Stapleton. Jim gets the ball in. Bobby Ryan is there. Bobby lets it go first time. It comes into Aidan Ryan. Out on the half, on the 21-yard line. The referee blows for a foul by Aidan Ryan on the ball. Pat Mcgrath with this free from his own half. Sends it high in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Out comes Timmy Stapleton. Liam Cormack is there. John Cormack is there. There's great tussling there as Michael Ryan was getting the ball out. John McCormick fouled there, said the referee, illegally. Nolan Maher comes out to take this from his own 21-metre line. From his own 20-metre line, I think. He gets it over to this side of the field. Conor Stapleton and Eamon Sweeney. Blocked by Eamon Sweeney. Aidan Ryan gets it along the ground. The ball with Aidan Ryan. About 40-50 yards out. Aidan sends it over to the far side to John Mcgrath. Out comes Pat Mcgrath. The two Mcgraths there as John gets it into Philip Kenny. Seamus Devaney. Seamus on the 21-yard line, 30 yards out, sends it high, and there's the equaliser. A point from Seamus Devaney. The sides are level now. Nine minutes gone. 11 minutes gone in the second half. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out. Comes to this side of the field. Timmy Ryan and Ned Ryan. The two Ryans go for it. Blocked out there by Richard Stakelum out over the line, and it's a line ball to Loughmore. This game has got very tough in the second half, of course, with the drizzle out there. It's getting harder and harder to hurl all the time. Eamon Sweeney gets it along the ground. It goes to Ned Ryan. Ned lets it go along the ground. First time, out comes Bobby Ryan. The broad breaks to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry gets it into Pat Ryan. Blocked there by Liam McCormack. Flowery gets it again. Hit on there by Timmy Ryan. The ball comes to John Mcgrath with Pat Mcgrath. Ball hit into the centre where Timmy Ryan has it. Pat Tracy has the ball. He sends it out to Ned Ryan, chased by Bobby Ryan. Bobby gets in, he's hurley there. The ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Loughmore. Timmy Ryan there seemed to have got an accidental belt out in the middle of the field, but he's okay. As Pat Mcgrath goes over to take this line ball. Then on the halfway line. A good cut in towards the Borris-Ileigh 20-metre line. Out comes Michael Ryan. Michael chased by Michael Mcgrath. It's the ball down along the sideline. The ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball again to Loughmore. Both sets of supporters have gone. They've gone quiet here in the second half. Pat Mcgrath goes back to take this one. That's a lowish one across. Ball hit out here to Seamus Bohan. The ball comes out to John Cormack. John McCormack blocked down there by Jerry Stapleton. Hit out by Timmy Stapleton over to the far side where Pat Mcgrath is chased by Noel the Wire. Ball comes to Jim Maher. Jim chased by John Mcgrath. Ball goes low into where Tom Mcgrath is there. He's in there to Michael Ryan. From cousin to cousin as Jerry Stapleton breaks it up. Jerry is fouled on his own 24-metre line, and there's a free out with Nolan Maher coming out there to take this one. Referee getting the mentors off the field. Nolan Maher with the puck out. Spreading the field. The ball comes out to Conor Stapleton. Conor on the halfway line. Juggling with it. He sends it back in towards the goals. Aidan Ryan, a great catch there by Aidan, and he's fouled there by Peter Brennan. Very good catch there from Aidan. The referee there Tells Michael Cohn that there's no rosin being used in this field today. As Noel the wire tries to dry his jersey. It's free about 40 yards out. Noel sends it high and sends it over the bar, and there's the lead for Borris-Ileigh. A point there from Noel O'Dwyer. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out, far side of the field. Locked down by Pat Ryan, pulled on there by Pat Mcgrath. Ball breaks back. Michael Ryan and Michael Mcgrath coming out for it. Bobby Ryan is there. Michael Ryan gets it in. Pat Mcgrath and John Mcgrath. The ball breaks to Noel the wire. Noel in the centre of the field. Breaks out to Timmy Ryan and Ned Ryan. Timmy has it, still in the centre of the field. He lets it low into Conor Stapleton, Seamus Devaney and Peter Brennan. Ball breaks to Aidan Ryan. Aidan Ryan has it again, about 40 yards out. Sends it high in towards the Loughmore goals. And the ball goes to the right and wide. The umpire there had a good look at that one. It drifted just right and wide. Peter Brennan has been moved out. Left corner back on Seamus Devaney. Eamon Brennan has gone in full back. Frankie Mcgrath with the puck out. Lee McCormick gets it. He sends it up this side of the field, up to his brother John. Chased by Brian Kenny. Very near the sideline. The umpire didn't see that there. John McGrath still going through. He's foul there by Richard Stakelman, and there's a free in. Free in there to Loughmore. This to be taken by Tom McGrath. Score 1 goal and 3 points to Loughmore as Tom brings it in a couple of more inches. 7 points to Borris-Ileigh. Some of the Borris-Ileigh umpires getting too involved, or some of the Borris-Ileigh mentors maybe getting a bit too involved. As Tom McGrath takes this one about 22 metres out. Sends it high and sends it over the bar, and it's a draw again. (1-4) for Borris-Ileigh, 7 points for 1-4 for Loughmore, 7 points for Borris-Ileigh. Nolly Maher takes the puck out. Jim Maher puts up his hand. A great catch there by Jim. Foul there by John McGrath, and it's a free to Loughmore. Pat McGrath, 50 metres out from his own line, sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Blocked out there by Timmy Stapleton. Kicked out there by Bobby Ryan, out to Flowery Ryan. Chased by Martin Meehan. The ball goes into near the Borris-Ileigh end line. Michael Ryan gets it out along the ground. Only to John McCormick. The ball comes out over here to Lee McCormick. 21 yards out, blocked there by Timmy Stapleton. Bobby Ryan has the ball. Bobby brings it out, passes out here to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry half misses it. Seamus Bowen has the ball. 21 yards out, he sends it high and sends it over the bar. That's a point for Loughmore. That shouldn't have been. But well taken by Seamus Bowen for Loughmore. Bit of uncertainty there in the Borris-Ileigh back line. Nolly Maher with the puck out. As Loughmore take the lead again. Team John McGrath and Pat McGrath. Breaks to Noel the wire. Noel gets it in. A high one in towards the 20-metre line. Philip Kenny has it. Breaks to Seamus Devaney. Seamus seemed to be fouled there. Ball comes to Conor Stapleton. Tom McGrath. First time he sends it back in to where Jerry Stapleton puts up his hurley. Lee McCormick. Jerry Stapleton again. Ball comes to Michael Ryan. Lot of loose play as Timmy Ryan comes to this one, chased by Ned Ryan. Timmy gets it along the ground. Well, with Eamon Sweeney. Connor's on the wire. Noel, 50 yards out, sends it in towards the Loughmore goals. It's a dipping one. And it's into the net. It's a goal for Borris-Ileigh. There's Frankie Mcgrath let the ball hop out of his hand there. And Noel the wire has got another score for Borris-Ileigh, a goal there. Borris-Ileigh 1-7, Loughmore 1-5. 19 minutes gone. Frankie Mcgrath, a low one. Blocked there by Noel the Wire. Out comes Pat Cormack. Loughmore a bit uncertain now as Pat Cormack gets it up along a high one up into the centre of the field, but the ball goes out over the line. It's a line ball to Borris-Ileigh. Frankie seemed to be a bit unsure the last day here against Borris-Ileigh, and his luck has just run out. Indeed, it's not the nicest thing to happen, you know, in a county final when everyone is trying their best. As Bobby Ryan takes this line ball, ball comes over to the side of the field, pulled on there by Peter Brennan. Timmy Ryan is there. Richard Stapleton. The ball comes to Seamus Devaney. Ball with Conor Stapleton. Conor lets it go over to the far side. Philip Kenny. Pat Cormack. Ball's there, John Mcgrath. Ball comes to Aidan Ryan. Aidan about 40 yards out. Passes out to Noel the Wire. Veteran Noel has got a good lot of scores for Borris-Ileigh. Still lets the ball into where Seamus Devaney blocks it. Ball goes out loose there as Frankie Mcgrath, the goalie, comes out for it. All on his own. No one chasing him at all. He has all the time in the world to pick out a man. But he sends it to Richard Stapleton. Richard lets it go along the ground. Timmy Ryan blocks it. Timmy first time out to Eamon Sweeney and Conor Stapleton. Ball breaks there. Conor Stapleton gets it. Conor hits it back. Seamus Bowen has it. Chased by two Borris men. The ball comes to Richard Stapleton. There's no Loughmore men around as Richard Stapleton gets it in. Out comes Eamon Brennan. He juggles with it. He's going up his own half. Ball comes there, blocked down by Bobby Ryan. Ball comes to Noel the Wire. Or Aidan Ryan. Ball with Noel the Wire. Pat Mcgrath. Pat kicks it out. The ball comes out to the side of the field. Michael Ryan. Borris having a lot of possession, but not doing anything with it as Michael Mcgrath goes up the far side, chased by Pat Ryan. Michael still going through. Pat Ryan still on him. Michael sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Martin Meehan has the ball on the 14-yard line. Takes a shot, blocked by Louhgmore. Great save again by Louhgmore. Nolly on the 21-metre line. Coming down along the field here. A great save run by Nolly. Passes it in there, but it goes to Tom Mcgrath. Tom is chased by Louhgmore. Nolly's still going after him. Jerry Stapleton. Bobby Ryan is there. Free out there for a foul by John Cormack on Bobby Ryan. Great burst of his excitement there as Louhgmore brought the ball out. He was chased there and blocked by Tom Mcgrath, and we have the play down in the other end. The ball blocked by John Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath is coming out, chased by Aidan Ryan. Pat is holding on to it a bit too much, but he has been fouled there by Aidan Ryan. Referee tells Pat Mcgrath to take back the ball a small bit. 1-7 to 1-5 in favour of Borris-Ileigh. Very exciting game here in Semple Stadium as Pat Mcgrath takes this puck. Jerry Stapleton blocks it down. Bobby Ryan is there. Ball breaks over to where Lee McCormick goes for it. Ball with Michael Ryan. Timmy Stapleton there. Timmy is fouled there by Martin Meehan, and there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh. Timmy is asking Louhgmore to come over and take this one. 23 minutes gone. 7 minutes left in the game as Louhgmore takes this free. This game by no means over. Nolly sends it over to the far side. Jim Maher and Noel the Wire. Aidan Ryan has the ball. Aidan with Pat. A free there for a foul on Pat Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath seemed to be pushing a bit. He gets the ball in towards the Borris goals. Martin Meehan blocked out there by Timmy Stapleton. Bobby Ryan chased by Martin Meehan again. Eamon Sweeney has gone up, corner forward, as Jerry Stapleton gets this ball out to the centre of the field. Aidan Ryan goes for it. Chased there by Jim Maher. Aidan Ryan. Referee letting play go on, I think, a bit too much. Richard Stapleton gets the ball over to this side of the field. Peter Brennan has it. Peter discards the helmet. This ball breaks down between Richard Stapleton and Ned Ryan. Jerry Stapleton there pleading with the referee. Just 2 points between the teams as Tom Mcgrath comes out to take this one. Referee Willie Barrett there outside in the centre of the field. Pat Tracy has gone back on the half-back line for Loughmore as Tom Mcgrath takes this one, sends it high in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals, and it's gone over the bar, and there's just a point between them now. Seamus Bohan has gone off the Loughmore team as Pat Tracy comes in, or John Tracy. Seamus Bohan there being replaced by John Tracy on the Loughmore team as Nolly Maher takes the puck out. Pat Ryan is there, Jim Maher is there. John Mcgrath has the ball out near the end line. Referee blows the whistle for something. Ball comes out here. Locked out there by Pat Mcgrath. Chased by Conor Stapleton. Back up here as Richard Stapleton goes for it. He blocks it out. Ball comes in there to Timmy Stapleton. Referee blows his whistle. And there's a throw in. 26 minutes gone. Ball is pucked in. Bobby Ryan gets it out. Bobby seemed to be chopped there, and there's a free out to Borris-Ileigh from their own half-back line. Just over 26 minutes gone. 4 minutes left in the game. 1 point between the teams as Jerry Stapleton takes this free from his own half-back line. Sends it in where Philip Kenny goes up for it. Ball breaks to Aidan Ryan. He tips it on. Brought out there by Peter Brennan. Chased by Philip Kenny. Ball comes out to the centre of the field. Blocked down there by Pat Ryan. Down to John Mcgrath. Aidan Ryan is there. Ball comes to Timmy Ryan out in the centre of the field. Timmy gets the first time into the corner where Seamus Devaney has it. Seamus, 30 yards out. Seamus sends it high and sends it over the bar, and there's another point for Seamus Devaney. I think between himself and Loughmore they have got all the scores in this game. Borris-Ileigh go ahead by 2 points, 1-8 to 1-6. About 3 minutes left in the game. 2 points between the teams. Can be off in a dangerous lead as Frankie Mcgrath takes the puck out. Back there by Jerry Stapleton. Ball comes to Ned Ryan. He cuts it along the ground. It comes here to John McCormack. John about 40 yards out. Surrounded there by Borris players. Ball comes out here to Eamon Sweeney. Eamon about 35 yards out. Ball is hit out there in the centre. Jerry Stapleton comes out to it. John Cormack has it again. Out to Liam Cormack. He sends it low into... It's a goal! It's a goal there by... I think... Goal there for Loughmore by Pat Mcgrath. Loughmore go 1 point ahead with about 2 minutes left in the game. Ball comes to Timmy Ryan out in the centre of the field. Ball comes into Conor Stapleton. Just 1 point between them. Blocked there. The ball goes to Pat Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath heads it over to this side. It comes over to John McCormack. Chased by... John sends it in towards the Borris-Ileigh goals. Out comes Timmy Stapleton. Sends it high and sends it over the bar, and there's another point for Loughmore. Borris-Ileigh seem to be all over them, but now Loughmore have come back, and they go 2 points ahead. Ball comes to John Mcgrath. John Mcgrath sends it over to this side of the field. All the calmness has gone out of Borris-Ileigh. The ball comes to Jerry Stapleton. Jerry juggles at it. Sends it over to this side of the field. Seamus Devaney, Peter Brennan. Ball comes to Jim Maher. Jim going up along the field. Ball comes to Richard Stapleton. John McCormick there. Ball comes to Bobby Ryan. Bobby on his own half. Sends it in towards Philip Kenny. Ball comes there to John Mcgrath. Pat Mcgrath there. Ball out to this side of the field. There Ryan has it. Ball comes to Timmy Ryan. Time running out now. Timmy on 30 yards out. Kicks it in there to Conor Stapleton. Conor chased by a couple of Loughmore men. It comes to him and Brennan. The ball out to the far side of the field. Bobby Ryan chips it down to Flowery Ryan. Flowery loses it. Comes to John Tracy. Ball out there as Jerry Stapleton goes over for it. Jerry hits it in towards the Loughmore half. Pat Ryan is there. Ball comes out to Eamon Sweeney, captain of the Loughmore team. Ball comes to Jerry Stapleton. The game is all over. There's the final whistle. Loughmore have won. And they're all very excited out there in the centre of the field. It must be said they fought very tenaciously. And it looked to be all over there. With about 5 minutes to go, Borris-Ileigh, or even 3 minutes to go, Borris-Ileigh were 2 points ahead. And then Loughmore with Pat Mcgrath going up the field, got a loose ball from a rather loosish Borris-Ileigh back line and sent the ball cracking into the Borris-Ileigh net. Loughmore 2 goals and 7 points, Borris-Ileigh got 1 goal and 8 points. There's a dejected Bobby Ryan coming back in. As we go back over to the Loughmore supporters, some Borris-Ileigh, dejected Borris-Ileigh supporters coming back out there. They're all congratulating outside there, Jim Maher. We have Pat Ryan all the while coming back in. I think they all played their heart out. None of the Borris-Ileigh players can put down their heads in shame and say that they didn't hurl as good as they could. But fair play to Loughmore, who have crowned a great year by winning the mid championship by beating Loughmore, or by beating Holy Cross, and now coming into Semple Stadium, Thurles here, and upsetting all the odds, beating Borris-Ileigh 2-7 to 1-8. And I can tell you there'll be great celebrations down in Loughmore tonight. We'll leave you there now just for a moment. Loughmore's first title, of course. Loughmore being congratulated there. There's Liam Corman. They're all very excited there outside in the centre of the field. There they are, all the Loughmore. John Tracy, who came in there in the second half, came in as a sub for Seamus Bohan. Peter Brennan, probably his last game, probably his last try for Loughmore for a county championship. I think he's going away after this. Number 17, Martin Meehan, who came in as a sub. Yeah, Jim Maher. John McCormick there being hugged by a Loughmore supporter. Pat Tracy, who came back there in the half-back line, and Tom Larkin, who came in as a sub. All very excited and delighted people from Loughmore, Castleiney. They're dancing a jig down there. You have chairman of the Loughmore club, Pat Cullen, is down there. very excited as Pat Cullen punches the air with excitement. The banners flying. A great display, a great comeback there by Loughmore when Borris-Ileigh seemed to be on top of them. It seemed to be all over there for them at one stage, but as I said during the commentary, match is never over until the final whistle. Receiving the cup is after receiving the cup there from Noel Morris. Dr. Morris there, the former Archbishop of Castleiney, there beside him. Him is accepting the cup on behalf of a tremendous display by Loughmore in the second half. They seem to be up again there when the half an hour was up. And Borris-Ileigh came storming back in the second half. And a couple of great scores, and that Frankie Mcgrath goal that went in put Borris-Ileigh on the road. It seemed to be all over at that stage, but Loughmore fought back, and now they have got their reward for all the fight that they put into it. And now they're given 3 cheers there for Borris-Ileigh.